bad shoulder here, your bad hand side behind your belt line. Now, because this is, problematic side, he might not be able to put his hand back behind there. Now, I already know he can't because we did the this posterior scratch, but let's say he didn't have much range of motion. He could put his thumb in his back pocket, kind of rest your thumb in your back pocket. When you do that, you just want to relax this and get all these muscles just real limp here. All you're doing is supporting the hand here. The reason you do this is you're already moving the scapula from lateral to medial by taking the arm behind the back. Okay? If they can't do that, this is the second best. If they can't do that, you can put the hand on the hip. You can put your hand on your hip, just on the side of your hip. There you go. Kind of like this, with your elbow out. Okay? So this is the next thing you can do to encourage the scapula to move from lateral to medial. And if they've got a frozen shoulder or something like that, you can have them relax their arm down. If they can't even do that motion, just have them relax it here. Okay, so, but the best thing is we get behind the belt line, go behind the belt line. Now when they do that, you don't want to have them go too high up because they just did an outlet scratch. They went the whole way up between their shoulder blades. They'll tend to a lot of times think you want the same thing, and they'll put it the whole way up. So you want to just have them keep it right behind the belt line, relax. You want everything to be relaxed here. The other hand, we're going to put on the shoulder over here. Okay, so the good hand side on the conditioned side shoulder. All right. His stance, I want him to have a wide stance, a widening stance there, for a couple reasons. First of all, it gives him more support. All right. If he's taller, that also helps to lower him down a little bit. So you can have him widen his stance even further if he was taller, or even bend his knees slightly. Okay. Now, my stance, I want my foot to be able to go between his feet here and not bump into his feet. That's the benefit for me for having a wide stance there, so I have more control of him. I want to be perpendicular. If we drew a line behind his heels and behind my heels, they'd be directly perpendicular at 90 degrees. Okay? So you'll tend to a lot of times see doctors rotate their body like this and sit up. Well, that causes your lumbar spine to get rotated. That can cause low back problems. Plus, you lose your energy for the thrust. So perpendicular preserves your lower back and gives you better energy for the thrust. Because you're going to use a full body lunge to lunge as you set up in contact and thrust on this articulation, the scapular thrust articulation. Now, notice how I'm talking, Dr. Collins is just kind of looking at us over here. Well, what we're going to do is, part of this is I'm going to have the patient turn their head to the left, away from the conditioned side. Because if I'm talking, if you're talking to your patient, you don't want them to look and say, huh, as you clock them with their shoulder coming up on their chin, all right? So have them turn their head to the left. My feet are nicely spaced apart, about shoulder width approximately. I'm going to use my knees and bend, get positioned. I'm going to lunge through and do the correction here, okay? I have his elbow with my left hand, so I'm supporting his body. So when I thrust, my other hand is right here on his elbow, keeping him supported, all right? And my thrust is going to start, I'm going to start with my hand out in this chicken wing position as I get the tension out of this articulation, and I lock my arm into my side. So my elbow goes into my rib cage here, and I want this all stationary because I'm going to protect my shoulder that way. If my hand is out here and it's not locked in, my shoulder has to work really hard, and you'll end up having a bad shoulder yourself if you do that. So you have to lock it in so it's one direct solid piece there, okay? We start here to pre-stress the joint. Then we get into position, and it's one confluent motion through the articulation, thrusting. The thrust is P to A, lateral to medial, and slight I to S. We have about 60% P to A, about 30% lateral to medial, and about 10% I to S. Why so much P to A? Well, P to A on this inferior angle retro tilts the scapula. Remember, we have an anti-tilted scapula, so it tilts it backward more posteriorly where it needs to be. So we need significant P to A force in order to make that structural correction there. The lateral to medial, that stems from taking our pre-stress here and rotating it lateral to medial. Okay, so we already have that in place. The 10% I to S isn't because we're worried about an inferior or the scapula. It helps us to cut this scapula. It helps us get control of it and move through the plane line. So 10% I to S is just to get good contact to control the scapula so we can move it effectively, okay? So I'll start here. It's one continuous motion. So when I get set up, I'm going to start from the setup and go through to the thrust without hesitating. Here we go. And that moved very nicely and had an audible release, and it probably felt good to you. Yes. These typically feel good in most cases.